I
want to share
wanted
our
to
names?
clarify. Yeah.
So,
Who are you?
I am Dr. Casey Calaba, and you are?
Koda Mehalba.
And today, we are on location at gorgeous Ipswich Ale Brewery, joined by head brewmaster Ian MacLeod.
Everyone stop.
Stop it.
We're
And
trying to
today, Ian is gonna show us the brew process.
I'm so excited.
From grain to beer.
And they grow I'm just kidding.
So yeah, where does the process start for you, Ian?
It starts with grain.
The grain.
Yes.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I was being silly.
Starts with
little
the
guy.
grain.
No, sweet. Okay, sweet. Yeah.
Is it local grain? Where does it come from?
Some of it is local. I try to source a lot of it from a company called Stonepath Malt, which is on the South Shore. Some of it we get from Maine. Some of it we get from Germany.
I love that.
Yeah,
Which is so local.
Yes, I know.
Right.
Yeah. And some of the hops we use also come from a farm out in Western Mass, I think it is. 4-Star Farms.
Oh.
For the most part, they all come from the Pacific Northwest or Australia and New Zealand.
Oh my God.
hops,
A little
yeah.
farm to table action.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Where's the grain room? Let's go.
The gross grain room is this way.
Oh, you weren't kidding. That's a lot of
Yes.
bags of grain in there.
Yeah. Okay. oh yeah.
No, you're just
Yeah.
as confused as I am.
So once the grain arrives, it's malted barley and wheat and other things. It comes in bags, and then we take that and crush it up in one of these mills that we have in here.
Do you test the product as it comes, or how do you know its quality?
I generally trust the manufacturer.
Okay, you do.
I will also every now and then eat a piece of grain or two, and it tastes kind of like breakfast cereal.
Okay.
Yeah, because it all comes from the
You
same
won't get
stuff.
sick?
No, it's fine. It's just kind of dry and.
Can you try a piece?
Yeah. Let me open up a bag. Yeah.
Yes.
Let me find something interesting for you.
And you have to guess where it's from.
Yes.
Germany, Maine, or...
Or South Shore, Massachusetts.
This is some dark grain from a company called Wireman, which is out of Germany.
Oh, I knew it.
So just grab a couple pieces and
no
just
way.
chomp on those. It'll taste a little burnt, a little chocolatey, a little
Like a
toasty.
bird.
It did. I mean, from the coffee industry, yeah, it does kind of taste like a coffee bean.
So that is barley that is
Ooh.
kilned and then roasted, so it gets that dark color and those dark kind of burnt flavors.
I would take that covered in dark chocolate.
Honestly, yeah. Quinoa who?
Yeah, it's like,
You'll use those a lot in like a darker beer, like a stout or a porter, or some kind of a dark lager. Yeah.
oh, I love it. Yeah.
This grain I think is really fun. This is torrefied wheat. I don't know what torrefied means.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
Yes.
you remember the cereal
Thanks, and I
smacks
said
or
that.
honey smacks?
Yes, yeah.
This is
It's like a puff.
non-sweet version of that.
Okay.
Should we ASMR the chew? I feel like we should.
I got a lot of crunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that good?
You can eat that with some
you taste
milk for
that?
breakfast, yeah. Is it good for you?
Yeah, as long
that
as
good
you're
for
not- yeah, it's fine.
Oh, I'm gluten
Well, I have
intolerant.
good-
We take the grain and then we send it over to the mill, grind it up, and then we take it from there to our brew house to the mash tun.
Let's grind it up.
Do people use the grains for other stuff? Obviously, but like
Sometimes
making breakfast cereals.
sometimes people will bake with spent grain because in the brewing process, the grain we use it to extract all the sugars from it, but then we're left behind with all the grain itself, which still has proteins and other healthy carbohydrates in it, and so a lot of times it's used for animal feed. We actually bring our grain over to a farm in Rowley called Herrick Farms, and they use it for cow feed.
Oh no way!
Yeah, which is great for us because we don't have to pay to get rid of it, and someone else can use it for something worthwhile. All right, so we're gonna walk over to our brew house. Yes, yeah, everything in here is brand new. We sold off all the old equipment, I spec'd out and custom designed all this equipment, and then we ordered it. I got it about a year ago. I did all the plumbing myself here.
Dang.
And then we made it all work. We got the floors redone, all this stuff, yeah. All right, so this is our 5-barrel small batch brew house. Barrel is a unit of measurement, is 31 gallons. So we make about 150 gallons-ish per batch on this thing. So we take our grain, we bring it up here, and then we dump it in with hot water into what is called the mash tun.
Ooh, this is high tech.
Yes, I got touchscreen, I got automated valves, I got the whole shebang on this nice new system that we bought, yeah. So I put the grain in the hot water in here. See, there's a slotted bottom in there.
Slotted bottom.
Yes, and there's these rakes that spin.
Please, not in front of the kids.
Slotted bottom. I
That's
remember
fine.
that.
Slotted
I am
bottom.
used to repeating myself. Yeah,
First of all, first and last name, Koda Mehalba. Please refer to me as such.
And I am slotted bottom, yeah.
I hadn't thought of that. That's fantastic. Yeah.
God, how many iterations of this name are we going to go through?
So we take our grain up here onto the brew house. We dump it in here into this vessel, which is called a mash tun, where we add hot water to it at a certain temperature, and we let that steep and mix in this vessel for about an hour, depending on the beer. And then from there, we take the liquid out through the slotted bottom in there, and it goes into our kettle, and we leave the actual grain itself behind. We just want the sugars and the starches from that grain.
Okay.
This is where we boil the liquid that comes out of the mash tun, which is called wort, W-O-R-T, which just means it's beer before it's been fermented. So it's just that malt sugar. Then in the kettle, we boil it for an hour, hour and a half, and add our bittering hops and some aroma hops. And then from there, we send it out through all these piping and stuff below us, through that little weird guy down there, which is our heat exchanger. It's a plate and frame heat exchanger there to cool it down, because if it goes from boiling temperatures and I pitch yeast right on that, it'll kill the yeast off. And so then it goes to one of our fermentation tanks. We add our yeast, and then the beer ferments there for a week or two, basically, depending on the style and everything else.
Yeah, so if you have like one particular grain that you're working on, from that one grain, how many different batches can you get as far as like brew types or?
Yes, so so they have different types of malted grain, base malts, specialty malts, adjunct, stuff like that. And so certain base malts are used in like everything. And then like the darker stuff that I showed you guys, that's generally only in darker styles of beer. I would use smaller amounts in just certain things. Okay. Whereas something like a light Pilsner malt or something, I'll use in like every beer. This is the control system here. This is like I have all the pneumatic valves, and I have all these fun pumps and controls on here.
Who trained you? How are you trained to do this?
You
There's so many buttons.
Austin Powers. This reminds me of Dr. Evil's lair, where he's like, bring in the lasers, bring in the lasers! And it's just like everything is so clean that, no, just me? Okay, yeah.
I need to rewatch. Yeah.
It's okay, yeah, all right, cut it.
Yeah, but you got to slide that.
Ooh, see that?
Everyone's got to
We
slide
should have
that.
1 second.
Do it again.
30 minutes of just us
Of
going.
sliding. That's why we're here. Yeah. Yes. So, what is your favorite part of the process?
I guess as you were saying, the conception of a beer, planning the beer, because that's the creative part. Because once you've decided what you're going to make, then it's just executing on that. And like at a lot of larger breweries, some people will say it's like you're a factory worker, where you're pressing the button, you're doing the thing, you're dumping the grain, and it's just the labor. And so it's less creative. I mean, when things go wrong, which they always do, you have to think on your feet and try to fix it. But it's the planning part is the fun part. That's because rarely do you get to be creative like that. Yeah. And so I get to try to think of something that either people haven't had before or my spin on it, sort of thing.
So how do you incorporate like flavors and stuff? I always think about this when like autumnal flavors come around, like
Pumpkin spice beer.
Or it's like we have
Give the people what they
our
want.
winter cranberry. You know what I mean? And people just love to toss it into beer, and I'm like, first of all, girly, how are we? Where do you put the fruit when the hops are doing their thing? Like, are they dried fruit? Like, what's the?
Yeah. People just try any way they can to get certain flavors in. A lot of times they don't work. And then you're stuck with a beer you have to serve that isn't great. But generally, as you do it more and more, you sort of figure out like when in the process to add certain ingredients and what flavors tend to work with each other. We do have a cranberry beer. We have a cranberry sour we've done for a long time.
I knew it.
That's called Cranberry Beret. Which we may or may not years and years back had a cease and desist from Prince on that one, but that was an image issue, not a name issue.
Prince?
The Prince.
His estate, I would assume.
I was like, he's dead, isn't he?
Hey.
But yes, that Generally for fruit, because beer can be very volatile and prone to infection. So cleaning and sanitizing is the most important thing with everything. And so you don't want to just dump fruit in your beer. And so we will get an aseptic puree of the fruit, like in a bag, and then we will add that to the beer, because then we know we're not introducing any bad microbes or anything like that.
So it's not actually cooked in it.
I was
No,
gonna
no, no.
say.
I mean, we could put it in the kettle, but generally I'll just put it into the tank during fermentation. But with certain spices, if we were gonna do like a pumpkin spice, I might throw that all in the kettle, and like your cinnamon sticks and a bag full of nutmeg or whatever.
When it's hot.
Now, does it
Yeah.
smell good? Like when you're like, when people are doing like a simmer pot?
Yeah.
Is it like that, or
Can
are
we
you
smell
like,
this?
I like the smell. I don't know if everyone likes it. I like it when you the hot cereal grains and stuff like that, and the hops as you're adding it. I do like that smell. Like I said, once I'm done with it and I get rid of it, then it starts to kind of stink a little bit,
for sure.
and that's less pleasant. But generally, I like the smell of a brewery. Yeah.
Because I don't smell anything in.
I haven't
nothing
brewed a
cooking
couple
right
days
now.
in here
I was,
right now.
gonna, I was gonna say.
And then the tanks are fully sealed because we don't want anything getting in and out of there. I don't want any extra exposure to oxygen once the beer is in the tank. I don't want any yeasts and bacteria that are just in the air to get
So we
in
can't
there.
open it.
No, I can pour you some stuff, but
Ooh.
yeah.
I'm leaving.
So what drew you to become a brewmaster? Like, what does that entail? And was it something you always saw for yourself?
So the more people I meet in this industry, the more I realize that my story is very, very common.
Yeah.
I was working in IT and sitting at a desk, and I was very bored. I was working at Babson College, which was like a cushy, great job, bunch of benefits, bunch of time off, and I was just bored.
Yeah.
And I had been a home brewer for a long time and decided, like, this is fun. I like making beer. I like drinking beer. Let's just do that. And my parents were furious. I was in my late 20s, and they were like, this is a terrible idea. You have a career. And so I did that. I changed careers. I went to a brewing school called the Siebel Institute in Chicago for like an intensive, all-around course. It was like 2 weeks. I had a friend let me crash on his couch for 2 weeks, which was awesome. And then I came back. Actually, I moved to Michigan. I moved to Detroit. I followed a girl and got a job at a hard cider company north of the city. The job ended. The relationship ended. I came back here. I worked at Far From
Center, Babson College.
Yeah, just to get to me.
Follow
Yeah.
that man.
Yeah. I came back here. I worked at Far From the Tree Hard Cider in Salem.
I love
for
Far From
3 or
the
4
Tree.
years.
I've done so many events with
I
them.
saw that you've done some events there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. I love it.
Yeah. I was there for about 4 years making the cider, and then I left and started getting more into beer after that, and then I found my way here.
And if anyone learns anything, it's quit your job and start becoming, follow your dreams. If drinking is your dream, do it.
Yes.
Bad PSA, bad PSA.
Please keep drinking. We need you to keep drinking. Yeah. I need people to drink. It is a problem right now in the industry that they're saying that Gen Z isn't drinking as much.
Where's the skinny beer? Yeah.
And I understand it's healthier.
I'll be
I
honest.
respect it, but
mocktail?
please drink more. I need you to drink more. Us millennials are getting older and we can't drink as much, and Gen Z are drinking less.
Right.
So
now we're double pound. Like, God, I have to drink 3 beers because Gen Z wants a mocktail. That's crazy.
yeah. I have to just figure out what Gen Z will drink. I don't know. There's probably something. I'll have to try some
Not
things
Gen
out.
Z.
Yeah.
Does anyone know any Gen Zers? I am
You're not?
31.
I always forget. Me too. In terms of Ipswich Ale Brewery, how do we connect further to the community as a whole? Because our podcast is based here in Ipswich.
Yeah.
And I'm always just curious, either what is the Ipswich Ale drinker looking for, or what are their tendencies, or what excites you about being here specifically in Ipswich?
That's a good question. I'm constantly trying to figure out how to connect more to the community because we've been a brewery here since '91, and there's legacy here. The community knows us, but I'm trying to always be how do I engage with them more, get them in the door to come in here, figure out what they want to drink. That's not the stuff that they've been drinking, the original ale since '91. So yeah, I'm trying to figure that as well.
Well, as far as being like the head brewmaster, what does Ipswich drink? Like, what is the beer that sells the most?
People still do drink our original ale, which is an English style pale ale. And then I think that our oatmeal stout is is fantastic. It's not too heavy, it's not too sweet, it's very, very pleasant. We haven't changed it since we wrote the recipe. It's perfect. But still, I think our best seller might be our 1620 New England IPA, which I thought the trend of New England IPAs would die down after a while. It has not. And so it's still one of our #1 sellers. Our biggest seller for the past 2 months was our Chucktoberfest.
Of course.
Which is
everyone loves a seasonal.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is named Chucktoberfest because, as far as I've been told years ago, there was a competition that I think MIT put on where they brought several breweries in Massachusetts together to do a competition where they were using water from the Charles River that MIT had filtered.
Important distinction.
Yes, yes.
I'm like, I wouldn't even dip my toe in the Charles River.
And so we won that competition with our recipe, and so that's why we named it Chucktoberfest. We do not use water from the Charles anymore, but the recipe is still the same.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
I guess when you have MIT filtering your water, it feels a little safer to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But without that, I'd be skeptical.
Yeah. But now we just use Ipswich town water, and it's just fine for beer. A lot of breweries will bring in their own filtration systems. We did not because it's incredibly expensive, and Ipswich has fine water. So I just use a carbon filter just to pull out the chlorine and some of the other stuff. Yeah.
And I know we were talking about earlier, the brew house here just serves the restaurant.
Yes. So this little 5-barrel system, I'm brewing things just for the restaurant here. So I get to try out recipes in smaller batches.
Oh, cool.
Because if it's not great, I'm not sitting on 1,000 gallons of it and cans and cans of it. And if it is great, then it's exclusively just for here because we try to get people to come into our taproom restaurant and incentivize people to come to Ipswich. Because outside of certain sort of touristy seasons, Ipswich can be a lot sleepier of a town,
True.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite or?
I just made a beer recently, a recipe that I wrote, that we stole a name from an old beer we had made called Hop Harvest, where I used the hops that we grow on the front of the building. And I guess
No way.
I guess we had never used those before.
They were just for show.
They were just for show. Yeah.
Grown hops.
Yeah.
That just hang out in the.
Yeah. So I got a bunch of friends over. We cut a bunch down and picked them by hand, which I'm sure is the least efficient way to do it, and took all day.
That's so fun though.
Yeah. And I got 13 pounds of whole cone hops, and I dumped them into the beer, and it was great. And it wasn't as hoppy as you'd expect for that. It was just like a light pale ale. It was really pleasant. Yeah. But I was more proud that I got to actually use the hops on the front of the building. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow. It kind of feels like if you have a vegetable garden, you're like, I made this salad and these peppers I grew myself. Right. No, that's so cool.
Yeah, we're gonna try next year to have more of like a community party of we'll open up the garage door, come on over, pick some hops.
I was going to ask if you had events in here because you totally do.
It feels cool.
We've had a couple unofficial events in here. I had a close friend who turned 40, and I threw her party in here. But I'm sure there's some kind of liability about this
I'm
stuff.
sure. Yeah.
But we'll figure that out later. Yeah.
And send this to the Board of Health.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm really messing.
I don't have to deal with the health inspectors in here though because I don't make food. I make alcohol.
Interesting.
Yes, so I don't have to deal with health inspections in the brew house. The restaurant does, and they pass that. Everything's fine. But I'm not subject to that in here.
Isn't it's an anniversary year this year for.
We're coming up on 35 years. Yeah.
What's happening? Yeah.
What's happening?
Is there a
Do you guys have,
35th beer? Yeah.
A 35th beer.
So I've actually been going back through all of our old recipe books and trying to find things that were brewed when we first opened. And so I recently remade the Ipswich Nut Brown Ale, which was one of our original beers.
You guys posted that.
Yeah, Sarah just posted about it today for me.
You did your research.
Yeah, so I went back to the original recipe on that one and trying to bring that back. Trying to remind people that started with us when we were first just a small brewery serving growlers that, these are the beers that you remember kind of thing. But this one I'm going to be serving in the tap room on nitro. So when you get a Guinness, if you get a Guinness and you see it kind of cascade up the bubbles and stuff.
beautiful.
Yes. So that's the nitrogen breaking out of solution. because usually it's CO2, the carbonation, and nitrogen isn't dissoluble, and so it wants to get out of the liquid, and so that's kind of what that cascading is doing. And so I'm going to take our nut brown ale and I'm going to put it on nitrogen, so when you pour it, it'll do that same thing.
That's so sick.
Yeah. And it sells way better that way because people see that and they're like, yeah, I want that. And I'm the same way, so I get it.
You're selling an experience too, I feel. It's like
When is it going to be offered?
The art of...
It will be on tap next week, or am I dating it
December?
now? Am I dating it now? Yeah.
It'll be on tap
on
eventually.
just before Thanksgiving.
It'll be
It
gone
may
by
have
the time
already been gone. And it was delicious. Yeah. And you can't have
It was on tap just before Thanksgiving.
How long do beers usually stay on the
Depending on popularity, it'll be anytime from 1 to 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Generally after that, for a lot of styles, even if we haven't sold through it, I'll pull it off because they can start to lose a little of their flavor and start to taste a little oxidized and not as good as I want them to be. Still plenty drinkable, fine, but I don't want people to come in and have something that's fine.
Yeah.
I would like them to have something that's good.
So it's always like a pro tip is when a flavor is introduced, probably get it in early in the process if you want to get like the real like fresh experience of it.
You mean adding it during the production side of things?
Yeah, or like if you're coming in as a customer and you want to try a new ale that was just launched.
Yes.
Probably makes
Yes.
sense to come in like the first like week or two that it's launched.
Ideally, yeah.
Yeah.
You want something that like every time I go to the liquor store, I look at the dates on the bottom of the cans.
Nobody thinks to do that. So.
I do that with coffee.
Well, I'm a snob,
fair. I only do that with eggs and milk.
Eggs and milk, yeah.
Those are the more important
And
ones.
it's like only a day past. I'm like, better believe I'm getting, you know what I mean?
So you look for the newest brewed.
Generally. As long as it's a month or two old, not longer than that. But if it's because they don't check at the liquor stores, so if it's like 5 or 6 months old, I don't buy it.
Is there any other common misconceptions or like things you would have someone look for that's either silly or like, I'm just thinking.
No, I know. The industry has gone away of people tend to like buy the label a lot, and you see like a fun, crazy label. And honestly, I'm not above it. Like, buy the fun label. Who cares? Try it out. There's too many options. If it's something grabs your eye, buy it. You know. And I say that knowing full well that we don't have eye-catching fun labels. We have traditional-looking labels that have been the same for 20 years. You know.
Yeah, but ships are kind of in. You know, like I feel like I don't know, coastal. And then you toss a ship on it, and everyone's like,
Ships
well,
are in, yes.
Since we're on the coast, we should get something with a ship on it, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's appropriate.
Or just try something you haven't had before. You know, just like, or don't do whatever you want. Just go buy a beer.
We're not drinking enough. America's not drinking enough.
If your resolution was to quit drinking, we're here to tell you, change that resolution right now.
Dry January, who needs it? Yeah. I
think
tried,
this
I
is
lasted 2
fully
weeks, and I was
as
like, what am I
someone who,
doing?
Like, doesn't drink. I'm just like so interested in the process. Me too. Because like in the same way, like I love making a sourdough bread, and the fermentation process is so interesting. Like that thing is alive.
Yeah.
So like thinking about the bacteria, I'm like, that's disgusting. I'll take 12. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely,
So thinking
yeah.
about like a live product or like things coming about, how does this interact with like probiotics, prebiotics, and things of that nature? Where people are like, I think in food right now, a lot of people are like, I need like a probiotic, prebiotic, something that has like live bacteria in it. Whereas it feels, obviously this is a really sterile room and you need that for producing beers.
Yes.
But I feel like there's a little bit of intersection between that and, you know, people who are like in the sourdough world in that way.
You're correct. You know? I don't play in that world personally, but you are correct. I try my best to make sure none of that stuff gets in my beer because I don't know. I want it to be shelf stable.
Because there's yeast, right? Like
the yeast is
in
all
the
I want.
air, right?
Yes, and yeast is in the air and stuff. You can harvest wild yeast by just leaving something out, and it'll just collect on it. Like I said, I used to make hard cider, and if you smash an apple and get the cider from it and just leave it alone, it'll naturally ferment because there's like yeast on the apple.
Bubbles and the carbon, eating the sugars.
If you go to Russell Orchards, they don't pasteurize their cider, and if you just leave it alone, it will ferment into hard cider.
And I've done that by leaving it in the fridge a little too
I
long.
did that last month. Yeah.
And you're like, wow, this smells disgusting. I'm gonna just drink it from someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But there are plenty of breweries that will use like more wild yeast and bacteria that do have potential like gut biome positives. But a lot of issues are if you introduce those things sometimes, you can't get rid of those.
Right.
And so there are certain breweries in the country that started doing sour things, and then it just took over their brewery, and then they were a sour brewery.
So it's sours is usually what is introduced as far as like the
Certain sours. There's all different kinds of sours. There's a whole world of that. I have made some sours here where what's called a kettle sour, where I add a lactobacillus culture to my kettle, which actually the most recent one I made from using Greek yogurt.
No way.
Because it's in Greek yogurt, the lactobacillus bacteria. And then it eats away at some of those sugars, which then creates lactic acid, which is the sour you get from that. But the difference is I do it in the kettle, and once I get to the acidic level of pH that I want, I boil it and kill it all off. So I just use it to produce lactic acid. I don't want it to linger, to potentially be a probiotic. I don't care about that part.
You're like, yeah, no probiotics in this place. No, that's cool though.
Yeah.
Wow. The more you know.
The more you know.
Okay, cool. Well, is there anything you can show us one of these barrels here that you got?
Yeah. I will pour you. I only have 2 things in the tank right now. I have a New England IPA I just brewed as a collaboration with Old Planters Brewing in Beverly.
Okay.
They are closing soon, but their head brewer is one of my. Yes, they are closing soon. I know. I'm not happy about it either. Rhino Tears. Yes. Yeah, the guy who wrote that recipe used to be the head brewer here.
Wow.
He left here, then went to Old Planters. Yeah. And their current head brewer, who is a close friend of mine, came in and we brewed it together, and he used to work here as well.
Wow.
Yeah, Ipswich has had like a history because it's been around since '91, where like everyone in the Northeast that works in a brewery has like come through here. So
I should have like a wall of just pictures of people that come through here.
Yeah, I'm trying to
lots of
start like what I want to call like an alumni series, where I have other people from other breweries come in that used to work here and then brew with them again, sort of thing, just to kind of remind people that like, hey, like we mattered at some point.
I want to see your face on a can.
Yeah, it's also more community based and it seems like competitive.
I was going to ask if it's competitive because you always hear, like when I go to a restaurant, it's like, this beer is the award-winning one and that's the one that's featured.
Yeah.
So it's like, are your recipes coveted? Is it competitive or is it?
It's less competitive than you would think. I mean, people still want to get awards and recognition, but like if you look at a town like Beverly, where they have 4 breweries just downtown, like it's kind of like a rising tide lifts all boats, where like people normally that might not go to that town just to go to one brewery are like, well, there's 4. I'll go because I can go to all of them. Right. And so having another brewery like down the block is helpful. And so it's some people get upset about it. Like we have True North on the other side of town, who also came from here. They used to work here and then started their own. And sometimes people here get a little upset and they get mad about it. And I'm like, we're all doing the same thing here.
They might just be upset you can't bar crawl very comfortably there.
It's not walking distance.
Yeah, they're all about it. They just don't feel like they can crawl over there after a couple here. Oh God.
Yeah, but so I have a beer that's still fermenting that I brewed with Old Planters, and I'll pour you a sample, but it's not going to taste good because it's still actively fermenting. But you can see what I mean when I say like it's in the process. And then I have that nut brown ale in tank that is done. It's not carbonated right now because I'm going to be putting it on nitrogen, but you can still taste it, and it's still nice. It's not as nutty as you would expect, even though it's called a nut brown, and there are no nuts in it. Which is I feel like an important distinction. Yeah. It gets some nuttiness from the grain.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Let me get you some little glasses here. Yep. Let's do. I'll pour this first. Sorry.
Maybe the one that tastes bad first.
Yes. You don't even have to sip it. You can just smell it. Yeah.
We can just smell it.
I taste the grain.
And it tastes bad because it's still fermenting?
Yes. So there's still like yeast in suspension, and see how it looks like kind of sludgy even. So like I said, don't feel obligated to drink it.
I don't really drink.
Koda will drink anything.
It'll smell really nice.
And this actually isn't fermented at all. This is just.
It actually smells good.
No, it actually does smell good.
My undiscerned palate.
You think it tastes bad? Me,
I mean,
who doesn't
compared
drink?
to like
I'm
what
like,
I
this
know
tastes
it's
delicious.
supposed to taste
Bottle it and give it to me.
Yeah.
Well, because it tastes really, really like blonde. Like if it was really, really light. It smells like
It smells
citrusy
better
and,
than
like,
it tastes.
orangey.
Yes. We used certain hops that are going to give you tropical notes and citrus notes and stuff like that.
That came from a hop?
Yeah.
There's no fruit in this.
Correct.
And where are the hops from?
The hops in this one are mostly from the Pacific Northwest. I'd have to check exactly
So what
where.
makes the hops tropical flavored?
It's just certain varieties throw off certain flavors.
What?
Well, and a lot of times they throw off kind of like dank resinous notes as well because they are in the cannabis family.
No way.
Yeah, hops and wheat are almost the same thing.
So how would you describe the hops you grew on the side of the building?
Those are a variety called
smokable.
Cascade.
Not tropical.
That have like they do have a citrus note to them, but they are also kind of grassy and a little piney.
But you knew that like when you bought them?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Interesting.
This is so good.
I'm glad you like it. I think I'm good.
Yeah, we can dump that out too.
Delicious.
Yeah. Absolutely,
You
yeah.
can dump yours
You
out.
can nurse that, yeah.
Yes. So as the beer comes off the brew system and goes into the tank, then we add the yeast, which its job is to consume all of those sugars that I extracted from the grain, and it creates two things. It creates alcohol and it creates CO2, and that CO2 needs to escape. So we have the blow-off valve here, which goes into a bucket of water, so that nothing can get in there, but the pressure and the CO2 can escape. So that's why it's bubbling right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is towards the end of fermentation. It's usually much more of a vigorous bubble than that. And so I'll take the liquid out of it every now and then, every day, and I'll check the density of the liquid. And as it gets less dense, I know that it's created more alcohol because it has less of the sugar density in there, and I can do some simple math and figure out what the ABV is on the final product that way.
Okay.
So how far is this one from being done?
It will probably be done with primary fermentation tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
She's nearly
It's
done.
nearly done.
Yeah. I'm gonna come in tomorrow morning. I'm gonna do a dry hop on it, dump a bunch of hops in that thing, and then it'll probably be another week or so. I'll do another dry hop and then crash it to 35 degrees and call it a day.
And adding more hops is just more flavor?
Yes, on this end on the cold side, so that's the hot side with the kettle and everything. The tank is the cold side. I'm just trying to extract the oils out of the hops, which will give me no bitterness, just aromas. I'm trying to get tropical aromas and stuff like that. Yeah.
So then by the end of this product, it'll be less of a bitter finish, is that?
Yeah.
But it'll still have like that citrusy.
Yes.
And which
Which one is
Beer,
this?
yeah,
Is this the IPA or?
This is a New England IPA. This one, I got to pick the name. And by that I mean I just told everyone what I was going to name it. I didn't ask anyone else. So my friend Mike at Old Planners,
So much power.
Yeah,
So if we're like, that's a stupid name.
that's fine. That's
Come
fine.
back. I'm only kidding.
The more breweries you go
named
to,
this?
the more you realize most of the names are stupid. Yeah.
and it's always,
Tastes delicious.
it's always the brewmaster's job to do that.
Rarely.
Oh, rarely. Okay.
Rarely. Usually management,
Yeah.
the bar staff, they
Wow, they
pick it.
trust you so much. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
I told them I'm just doing it. I didn't even ask this time. I was like, this one's mine.
You're like, yeah, no permission needed. This is the New England IPA. And they're like, oh, okay, chef.
So,
Yes, chef.
my friend Mike, he hosts at Old Planners Magic the Gathering nights that I've started
cool.
going to as well as a near 40-year-old man still playing nerd card games, which is
I've
great.
always
Have a
wanted
hobby.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, D&D, Magic the
Yes.
Gathering.
It's like D&D, but costs more money because I have to buy cardboard.
So true.
Yeah. And my wife always gives me a hard time and laughs at me when I go to play Magic. And I remind her every time, it's not about the magic, it's about the gathering.
It's about the drinking the
So
beer.
It's
true.
about hanging out with my friends. And so this beer I'm calling the Gathering,
Oh, I
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I love that.
which I feel like works okay for a beer name even if you didn't play the game.
yeah, no. But insiders will know
Yeah.
that this is one that you have while you're playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
So will this be offered on
On tap?
on tap in? Yeah.
Yes.
So there's flavors that are on tap that wouldn't be canned. So like this one, for example, hasn't been canned, but if it gets
Yes.
popular enough,
Yes,
gonna
I don't have a
can.
canning line in here anymore because we scaled way down. But if we do, part of the fun of doing things small batch like this is that if I do something and it takes off and people seem to love it, then we can scale it back up again. We can contract it out over to Riverwalk Brewing in Newburyport, and they have a canning line, and we can have a label made and have them make it at a larger scale.
Well, it's good to know because I feel like I never know when a brewery has stuff on tap that wouldn't be canned. I always assume that they
Everything's
only
a
have
can.
these-
Yeah.
everything is
Yeah.
in a can.
Yeah, me
right.
too.
And you can just get it at a liquor store and take it home.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that the in-restaurant experience would have different beers and stuff. And
Yeah,
it's
we're
like-
trying to emphasize that, like I said, to get people to come in the door. Be like, this is an
Yeah.
exclusive beer you can only get on tap here. You can take a growler away if you want, but we're not canning it. It's draft only.
Yeah.
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 We need to make a reel for that, yeah.
Yeah. Much just walking away with a growler.
Yeah, get it on tap.
Thank you so much. We're going home. I feel like you
Get it right from the
literally
source.
Can't do that.
Let me pour you a little bit of the brown.
Thank you.
I'll grab
Oh,
that.
that looks dark.
Yeah. So that is our nut brown.
God, it's pretty. Should we get a close up? I feel like this is so pretty. We should just get it on there.
Like
There's
I said,
no
this,
nitro. Don't get crazy.
like I said, this one's not carbonated,
But it looks, like it's. Ooh, ah.
but you're gonna get like some malty notes of like toffee and biscuit, like a tiny little bit of bitterness on that.
So you wouldn't serve it like this?
No, because that's mostly flat.
Tiny little bitterness.
Tastes good.
Watch me hate it. You're like, this tastes delicious.
It's okay.
This one is actually drinkable.
Yeah. Yes, this is a finished beer. Yeah.
It's finished.
I think I'm broken.
Yeah.
I'm not meant to hang out with actual beer drinkers because I'm like, I like the one that's not done.
I mean, it's a different style though. Some people don't like this style.
This reminds me of like the bitterness of like a coffee bean. though,
Yeah.
More so. I always thought I hated IPAs, but I think I might like IPAs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see the nuttiness though.
You see it?
Should we stick our pinkies out?
Yes.
What am I doing? I should give myself a drink.
Yeah,
What am I
what the
doing?
hell?
Yes.
Everyone's drinking now.
Yeah, as a brewmaster, yeah. It's like a perk of the
People in restaurant
job.
are like, and what the hell is happening down
We're
there?
just drinking the beer.
There we go. Yeah.
Yes,
All right, well,
cheers.
cheers.
Thanks for saying yes to this.
No, this is so cool.
I don't know, just like moving to Ipswich only a few years ago, like it took me over a year to know this was even here.
Yes.
And I don't know if it was
that
just
is
like,
a struggle we are dealing with. Is that we are a little tucked away. We are downtown, but like, unless you know we're back here, you know?
Yes.
Well, I
Yeah.
didn't even think, I've lived here pretty much my entire life, like in and out of Ipswich since like I was in elementary school and had no idea that there was like an actual hub to get like food and drinks. Like I really thought it was just, we had a brewery somewhere that canned it and shipped it off
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was like a place to go.
You didn't grow up going to the restaurant?
No. The first time I was here was the
When we
drag
did
show.
Really?
Okay, well, the drag show worked.
Yes, the
Yeah.
drag show worked. We sold out.
God,
Yeah.
drag queens always get me anywhere.
We're going to Gloucester next.
Me going to the doctor's office, drag queens. going to the
Dentist,
drag
drag
queens.
Where in Gloucester are you guys going?
Well, we're doing a show at Harbor 9 for New Year's.
Oh, okay.
It's a masquerade drag event. It's going to be so fun.
Oh, masquerade. I didn't
Yes.
know that.
All right. Well, I'll have to look into that. My wife and I live downtown. Maybe if we get a babysitter, you know.
We got a permit. We're the only place we know of that's going to be open past midnight.
Okay.
Because we knew that would be a big selling point. Yeah.
It
That's
is.
We're going to have a poke bar, like food, drinks included.
Oh my God. If I weren't in it, I would have gone.
Koda's going to sing. Well, no, you get to go.
God, I love it here. Yeah, no, this is so crazy.
So what's been your favorite part of the job then? Like day to day, and then also just like, is there a particular event you look forward to throughout the year?
To be honest, this isn't cool, but I like that I run this all by myself.
Yes.
And so I just come in and I know what I have to do. I get to taste the beer. I think about what does that beer need next, you know? Because yeast is alive, so I look at the beer like it's a living organism. Like it's not like, okay, it can wait till tomorrow because that's what my schedule is. I get to think about what's going on and just kind of get in my own little world about it. And that's what I love doing.
Yes.
Is that even though I'm with the windows and everything, I'm kind of in a fishbowl here, people staring at me. I like just kind of putting my head down and doing the work and thinking about the beer.
Can they see? Can they see you? You need to like
Oh yeah.
You need
Like
like
a
the
privacy screen or something?
yeah. You need a privacy or
Like
like
a
a
one-way
two-way
mirror?
one-way mirror. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is a feature that people want to see in the brewery, so I can't cover that up. Yeah.
Do you listen to music at all, like when you're in here, or is it just like
Sometimes.
a zen?
So it's a lot of podcasts, just things in the back of my
Right,
mind.
you're
Yeah.
listening to, like,
Or
It's like
or
there's no sound system.
I do have speakers, but because
see.
it's because it's so echoey in here, sometimes it's a little much. But you know,
fair.
in classic brewer fashion, I'll put on just like some metal in the background, so people think I'm tougher than I am. You know, if they walk through here, yeah. It's like a rule that if you're a brewery, like you have to be into metal. I never used to be. It's like
No, that'd be
I have to wear
fine.
Carhartt overalls and I have to listen to metal. It's like
That
it's a
feels like
rule.
a pro. A Carhartt overall, like
Yeah.
you're like, I think I want to be a brewer. And it just appears on your body.
I've never liked overalls. I bought them when I became a brewer. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Any other common
It's the uniform.
misconceptions? Yeah.
It's like
What
a
a brewer's
stereotype
known
that's
for.
Yes, it's beards, tattoos, Carhartt overalls.
Yes.
God.
Well,
Yeah.
you mentioned the one I thought of, which is like you start off as a home brewer. I feel like that's what I'd be like.
Yeah.
Clocked, yeah.
Yeah.
And next you just have to do like a dad rock band, because those are the same uniforms.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All my friends that I used to play in punk bands with that still play, they wouldn't call themselves dad rock, but they're
Oh, I
just
see.
still playing in rock bands.
Do you still play?
I haven't in a while. Yeah.
So
I
you
know.
can join us on the New Year's show.
Imagine the
Bust
crossover
it out.
episode.
Yeah.
We're like, how did you all meet? And we're like, oh, we're just over a couple of beers. And people would be like, what is going on?
Some unfermented, unnitrogen.
I know, I'm surprised though. I would call myself like a beer hater, to be honest. But I came in like super open-minded because I think that there's a different like taste, and I can appreciate the process more, knowing that it's more of like an artisanal product, if that makes sense. Someone comes in and it's not like all right, follow the sheet, I have to use like X amount and pump out the same product every single time.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice to know that there's one person behind doing it, whereas in like mass-produced beers and stuff, it feels so impersonal.
Yeah.
And I am like a very emotional buyer, so I'm like, I don't really like things.
Well, we were talking
That
about it
don't
like
have-
being an actual brewer of like an artisanal beer.
Yeah,
It doesn't like sway your judgment of buying like a
Like
you said, a Bud Light.
or-
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it has its time and place, but that, like, for me as like an emotional purchaser, I'd be like, this doesn't, like, I think the process for me makes it taste better.
Well, like
Does that
on
make
like
any
absolutely
sense,
on like
you
a
know?
smaller scale like this, then yes, you're correct. But like at a larger brewery,
Yeah.
it does become a little more like a factory worker of like
Right.
it has to be consistent. It has to be the same every time. Whereas here, I get to play with it a little more.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool.
Well, now that you guys have been here and we're friends, if you
Yes.
have any ideas for things you'd like to see in a beer, just let me know. I'll try it out.
I'll just message you, be like,
Sure.
Have you ever thought of donut beer?
donut beer, yes.
Well, it's so interesting to think about like different grains having different like fragrances and like notes that come through.
Yeah.
Like I was really shocked. Like obviously there's no nuts in this as well, but I'm shocked at how there's no citrus in the IPA and there's no nuts in this, but you're able to extract different flavor profiles without any sort of, and realistically it's just like heat and fermentation, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that is the
And
only
and
thing
certain
that
yeast
draws
and
out
stuff,
those
yeah.
things. That's crazy. Like a banana? Like what? How do you?
Yeah, what are we gonna ferment next?
Banana,
Like yogurt.
certain yeast will give you banana
That's
flavors.
what I mean.
Yeah.
But that's just mind blowing to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how many different processes you can go through to get different flavors and scents, and even like finishes. That tasted like more. You said like acidic in the end of like an IPA, or like tangy or dank. Like that's crazy to me.
Bum, bum.
I just want to look in.
Yeah, you can look in an empty tank, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so that valve. Oh, hello. That valve is for like.
Yeah, so see that arm there? That's the racking arm that's sticking up right now.
Yeah.
And I can turn it,
And it changes depending
and so
where.
because once the beer is done being fermented, I cold crash it, and everything settles to the bottom, and so any hops or sediment or yeast, they all settle to the bottom of the cone. And so I'll use this to try to find where that level is of sediment and pull it like just above it so that I can get as much beer out of there but leave the shit behind.
Right, yeah. So when it gets towards the end,
There
is
would have been
it-
a filter or something.
yeah, when it gets towards the end, is it like, do you find that it's more concentrated because it's at the like towards the bottom settlement?
Once I bring the temperature way down, then
Yeah.
it'll settle, and then the more time I give it, the more it'll kind of compact down there. And I try to purge it out of the bottom valve as well and down the drain just to get it out of there. Yeah.
I was gonna say, how do you drain it?
Just these butterfly valves here. Yeah.
And then is it like attached to like a pipe?
I usually put a hose into the drain so that I don't make a big mess on my floor.
So true.
But I could just rinse it off afterwards. It's not the end of the world. Making a mess is part of the fun. And I also really love, I'll put a hose to the drain, especially on like a darker beer like a stout. And it's like that, it'll be like yeasty and sedimenty, like more compact. And I'll take a video of it and send it to my friends because it looks just like poop coming out of a hose. And I think it's the funniest thing. And I love it. And I used to always post it and tag
like
my
afraid to
employers,
open a
and they were
text
like,
from you?
don't show that. That looks gross. And I was like, this is the fun part.
Yeah, you need to turn it into one of those memes, like those backed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, beer has gross elements and it's fun.
They're like, we can't sell the gross elements of beer.
Yeah.
There's an audience for everything, I feel. Are there any flavors that you haven't tried to make that you're interested in trying?
There's a lot I have not made that I am hoping to do. You know, Ipswich Ale was traditionally like an English ale style brewery, and so sometimes I like to lean a little more to English styles.
Yeah.
But other times I want to try to just get out there and get weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Or get boring and do like a nice clean light beer, you know?
Get bored.
Yeah, get boring. That's the kind of beer I can get behind.
I think a lot of people these days are like, give me like a light, crisp lager, and I don't need all the frills, I don't need all the hops, and I respect that. I'm like, sometimes I just want a beer that tastes like a beer.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
I like the frills.
yeah.
Give me the
See, at that
cranberry
point,
beer.
at that point, just give me juice. Like,
Juice, yeah. I love
Yeah.
actually,
Put the glitter in the beer.
the glitter. Oh, we need a glitter beer.
glitter
Have you ever
beer.
done one?
I have not. I did do a glitter cider at Far From the Tree once. Yeah.
Okay, I am. Yeah, it's requested next
That's
year.
a glitter beer.
For June for Pride Month.
I'll make a beer. I'll add glitter. I'll add butterfly pea flower, which turns into
Purple.
Beautiful.
Purple.
We'll do a purple glittery beer for you.
We need that.
I will. Yeah, sure.
Call it the Dr. Viola. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Or the
Done.
mask for mascara. Yes.
The mask
love
is
that.
literally every other line of
Exactly.
the mascara is the
You think I'm kidding? I'll do that. Sure. Yeah.
Oh, I would
yeah.
love that. That'd be so fun. Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're buying all
I
the
would probably
drafts
buy
and
it
like
all
putting a
up.
sticker on the front.
Yes.
They're like, wow, this is selling really fast.
Yes.
It's like, well,
it's just all me.
Dr. Viola has come in every single day and got like three.
I would.
three
Oh
steins.
God. I would. Yeah. Force my friends to buy it. Love that.
Yeah.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Did we miss anything? Is there anything that you feel?
I mean, I could talk about it, the nuances for days. It would be really boring.
No,
But,
I don't know. I'm pretty interested in the science behind it, to be
Yeah, me
honest.
too.
I think it's really cool.
And I just appreciate learning and knowing more about it from someone who you genuinely just feel so interested in it. Like I love, I could listen to anyone talk about anything. If you could tell they love it, and I could tell you really love what you do.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you doing this and being a part of this community and making this connection has been so nice. And I can't wait for the events in the future. It's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be so cool. Also, just like, I know a brewmaster around town. You know.
I have him on speed dial.
And meanwhile, he's like, yeah, I met a drag queen about town. This silly little guy. They're like, okay, there's plenty of those.
Fellow and a drag queen. That should be the name of our podcast.
That's not bad, actually. Yeah.
Silly little fellow and a drag queen. Yeah. Well, thank you again for
this
coming.
is special for all of us.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to my brewery. Yeah.
Thanks for
Thanks for letting me
having
show you
us.
around.
This is so cool.
Yeah, tune in next time.
And now we're just gonna go up there and watch it from the windows.
Yes, we'll go watch you. Tune in for another episode of Funny Little Fellow and a Drag Queen.
We're just gonna change it every single time. Oh yeah.
What are we doing?
What are our takeaways from this?
Oh, what are our takeaways? We love that. Like pretending the camera's not there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Huddle up.
Huddle up. Yeah.
This is the mask part.
Best part.
I've never seen a sports anything. Can you tell? I'm like, this is what they do.
So where are we going to explore next? Who are we gonna harass? where are we gonna learn
We're just
more?
like, I just want to try stuff around town.
I know. This lady at Ipswich Pottery just DM'd me. She was like, come make pottery.
That'd be
I was
so
like,
fun.
Sounds fun. So maybe she'll be our next guest.
I would love that.
We love pottery.
Okay, but enough about her. More about this.
More about this, yes.
What are our takeaways? I feel like my takeaway is that this is far more of like an artistic process than I thought. There's like more troubleshooting than I realized. I thought it was gonna be more like factory line worker, where it's like
You thought
come
Ian
in-
would just be sitting over here drinking, like throwing things in a barrel? That's what I thought.
You had really different pictures from what we were walking into.
No, I kind of expected the science because you see all of the machinery.
Well, yeah, I just thought it would be more like calculated. Oh wow, he wasn't kidding. There's some guy in a like neon orange hat, just like.
My takeaway was the slotted bottom. And
Can't keep changing our name.
and getting my face on the next brewery. Yeah, the next brew, June Pride.
So true.
So fun.
Oh, this is fun. We should do this again.
Yeah, we will do
should-
it again. Yeah.
That's a threat.
Perfect.